Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 in expert mode. Okay, continue where we left off on the last episode. We got this Bentley GT Continental, or was it Continental GT? I can never remember which way around it is. Oh, it's Continental GT. I've started to find some of the parts which need to be replaced. There's a lot more, but it turns out that this one's going to need to have an engine rebuild, so we should be able to find the rest of the parts very easily doing that. Get up in the air and get the oil out. Come on, there we go. Right, that's the oil out. Take off the drive shaft. Let's take off the gearbox then. We're missing one on the rear. There we go. Oh, the starter motor's not looking in good condition. Alright, where's the... Oh, the gearbox looks in good condition. It's actually brand new. Flywheel does. Strange. Right, let's get it lowered down and get the engine pulled out now. Differential. Oh yeah, I forgot to take the... Take the front drive shaft off. Oh, there must be a change in the latest update. Before you pull the engine out, right, to take the front wheels and drive shafts out. There we go. Hopefully now it should let us pull the engine out. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we found all the parts now we need on the engine. Some filters need to be done. Right, let's get it on the engine crane and start dismantling it. Let's give it a better going over. Yeah, it just definitely needs a lot of work on it. Right, let's see where to start. Get these throttle bodies off. one turbo off. Get this exhaust manifold off as well. Let's get his serpentine belts off. Belt, why don't you come on? Ah, there you go. That's the front dealt with. Stop. Take the cover off the air on this side. Dismantling quite easily. This is what we want to see. Right. Cover there off. It's like under this cover. Oh, it's got a rocker bearings, camshaft caps. Well, better than push rods, I suppose. That side down. Just to think how many there is. It's got to do the same on the other side. not surprised this engine doesn't run the state it's in.
Must admit, since the latest update to the game, the performance has got improved tremendously. Quite surprising, really. Usually when doing updates, it breaks something. What am I missing? There's a piston. Now what? Right, that's everything. Let's go and see what's going to repair and what's going to break. Hopefully last week repairs. This game is running better. Right, engine. What do we need?
Right, as this isn't a story mode car, we will just replace what is worn out. So start off with the air filters. Two of them. The belt tension. Let's get all the W12 parts first, I think. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 camshaft caps. Let's get rid of the ones which are worn out, so we know where we're at. What we need. Cams. Crankshaft bearing and a crankshaft pulley. Crankshaft bearing and a pulley on a V8. Even though it's a 12-cylinder engine. Then where are we at now? Oh, we have fuel filter and 2 idle A's. Fuel filter and idle A's. 2 of them, I think it was. Yeah. 2 idle A's. And a fuel filter done. Right, how many coils? 8, 9. 9 ignition coils. Shame you can't just type the actual number you need in. So I want to press that button anyway. Right, we need an intake manifold B. Intake manifold B, there, oil filter and an oil pan. Oil filter B. Oh no, didn't need the oil pan. Oops, my mistake. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a W12s. 2 pistons. Thermostat, throttle bodies, and a timing chain A. Timer sprocket, timing chain A, 2 throttle bodies, 1 thermostat. Timing cover and 2 turbos. Let's get rid of them. Timing cover, 2 turbos, and that's all the W12 parts. Need a power steering pin, V8. And 6 spark plugs. That's all the engine components sorted. I just need a clutch pressure plate for the clutch assembly. Right, let's now reassemble the engine. Let's rotate it. Get all the pistons back in. rotate it back round, so the head's back on. That's it. The glare can be a right pain. I'm doing clean new parts. At certain angles you just can't see what you're doing. Or you can't identify where the part's got to go. I suppose it's the joys of having the settings maxed out, highest quality. Probably ain't so bad if the settings are lower. Right, that's the turbos back on. Let's get the air filter on this side done. Right, just repeat the process on this side of the engine. Might be easier to do around this side. The light glare's not so bad on this side. Spot back in. It's easier to put sparks in without the head cover on. That's how I find it anyway. you wouldn't do that in real life that way around. I wouldn't have thought so, but it does stop debris falling down into the cylinder side. Timing chain. Let's get the airport started. Just now got to sort out all the intake manifolds. And the fuel injection system. Back on. Body's back. Something completely rebuilt. The clutch back on in the vehicle. Get the engine crane out of the way. Put some oil back in it while I remember. There's the dipstick. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Right. Let's get the car back up and get the gearbox and all that back on. That's all that front drive shafts on. Right, let's get the clutch back together. Undiscovered part. What if that's the intercooler? Because that does not look very good. Yeah, large intercooler. We nearly missed that part. We want it repaired as well. Yeah. Should now have it all. Yeah. Slow the cargo down to the ground. Job done. The total payout is $17,737. See what else we got. Oh, we got going to barn location map. Getting a good collection of them. We must start using some of them soon. Do we got any XP points? Oh. Yeah, we got 2. So we'll finish down on this level 1 and level 2, I think. And which brings us ever closer. Another 2 more level points. Skill points we should be able to get. The spray booth, dyno, and a 3rd lifter for the garage. So things are going in the right direction. Well folks, that's been the episode. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell, notifications for any new content, and as always, happy repairing.